Hi everyone, it's Nikki here from Gummy Line Plans, and today is part 3 of my Planning 101 for Beginners series. And today we're going to talk about the different kinds of planners that you can have. So we've spoken about actual planning, time blocking and that sort of thing. We've spoken about the different ways of planning, as in dailies, weeklies, monthlies, vertical, horizontal, the different sort of layouts that you get. And now we're getting into fun stuff. For me, it's fun stuff anyway. And we're going to get into the different types of planners that you can use to put all of these things together. So I'm going to start off with your spiral. So this is a spiral planner that I got from Roz, from Lamika. I have to be honest, I am not a fan of spiral, purely because I am a left-handed person, so when I get into the middle, it sort of really gets in my way. This is a lovely planner. It's definitely for the creative soul, and I'm actually planning to redate it for next year, and I'm going to be using it as a journal for next year. So that's your spiral planner, or your O-ring. It's called an O-ring, so it sort of cinches here, over here, like that. So that is, you get your spiral planner. All right, we just do this over here like this. The next thing we get is your bound planner. This is my Sadie Sue. It's basically exactly what it says. It's a bound planner. You can't add things in and out. Same with the spiral. The spiral, it's difficult because it doesn't open and close. So what you get is what you get. You can obviously tip in. And when I say tip in, you take paper and you can just washi tape it in and add paper in if you have extra notes or post-it notes or whatever the case is. So this is a bound planner. This is this and the spiral are the most common planners that you get if you go to your PNA, your CNA, your sort of, South African stationery store. These are the most common types of planners that you will get. And so moving on, okay, so what I want to talk about next quickly is the bullet journal. The bullet journal, this was my bullet journal, which is my stylogy that I got from Marianne, from Plan with Marianne. And it's a bound book. You can bullet journal in anything, but basically you need a notebook and a pen. You create your index, because everything is indexed, and you number your pages. You put your future events in. So it's a plain book, and I've actually finished this one. I'm actually impressed with myself. And then you put your weeklies in, so you draw your weeklies out, and then you do your task list or whatever you want to do, and then you do your dailies as you go along, so things that you need to do daily. There is a lot on YouTube and on the internet about bullet journals. I suggest going to bulletjournal.com. Ryder Carroll was the originator of the bullet journal, and just see what he's got there. I've noticed that on his website he's taken his original explanation of the bullet journal down, but I found it on YouTube. So if you just go to bullet journal, the bullet journal on YouTube, and the video is there. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Filofaxes, or Filofax is a generic term for a brand. The Filofax brand is extremely expensive in South Africa. It's extremely good quality, and it's a 6-ring binder basically, but you get all sorts of different types and variations and brands of the Filofax style. So this is a Busby. This is a size personal. So you get your 6 rings. I've just got paper in this one. I use it as a notebook. You get generally pockets on the sides. You get a pen loop. And what's nice about having a 6-ring binder, a 6-ring planner, is that obviously you can open and close. Okay, you're not supposed to open it like that. You're supposed to open it like that to save your rings, but I never do. Is that you can add and take away, and it gives you more flexibility. What I don't like about it, again, it's purely my personal thing, and it's because I'm a left-handed, is that again the rings get in my way. I can't flip it over like I can do a spiral. So a spiral, you can flip it over on its back. However, I can't add things into a spiral, so I don't have that flexibility with a spiral, but I am able to do that writing. So this is a personal size 6-ring binder. This is an A5 size 6-ring binder. I've actually put this together as a faith war binder, faith binder, whatever, for a friend of mine. So I'm just waiting to see her to give this to her. And it's just an A5 size. You've got your pockets. I can't remember where I got this from. You've got your pen loop, and they're basically all same for same. Really, you get the same configurations. It's just, you know, obviously quality is king. So you get, in other words, you get what you pay for. Okay, so now we're going to move into traveler's notebooks, and I have 3 here to show you. So the first one is, if you don't know what a traveler's notebook is, it is basically a piece of leather that has elastics in, and it holds your books in, your insert. They're called inserts. You hold your inserts in, and it means that you can swap them out whenever you want. The idea originated, I believe, in Japan. The original brand of Traveler's Notebook was Midori, now called the Traveler's Notebook Company, and it was exactly what it was, the Traveler's Notebook. So what you would do is you would put your passport on one string, you would put your itinerary, you'd put your journal, your traveling journal, you know, information or whatever like that. You'd have your pen loop, and then you would go traveling, and then that's exactly what that was. And then the planning and journaling community got hold of it, and now Traveler's Notebooks are the norm. This is one of the ones that I got from Lonky, from Props for Dots. She is our primary Traveler's Notebook maker in South Africa. I will leave her cell number down below in the description. And any of the others I will leave in the description below, like the Sadie Sue and the Lamika spiral. I shall leave down, and obviously when we get to the happy planners, so I shall leave Lonky's details below. I have spoken at length about Lonky's work. Her work is exquisite. I am such a leather sniffer, but she has a vegan option. For those who are not into leather, I am into leather. So basically this has got a little to-do, it's got a little weekly, it's got a notebook. Just this is an A6 size, so you can just buy A6 there. I put just a general A6 memo in it, and then I just use a cut up scrapbook paper, and I make like little covers, and then I can swap them out whenever I want. The freedom that you have with a traveler's notebook is that you can do anything and anything with it. I am starting up to do printing of weekly and monthly and daily inserts again, which will be going in my Facebook shop. I can't say exactly when that's going to be, but it will be in the next sort of month, really. I'm hoping by September to have those in there, but I will be doing then a flip through of all of the things that you can find on my shop at the time when they're ready. I've decided that I'm going to go with hiring a printing company to actually do it for me, and my OCD doesn't allow me to send my own printed things out. So this is an A6, so I'm going to put this over here. Then you get your standard size. This is your standard size. This is my first this is my suede one from Lonky, and oh my goodness, just smells absolutely divine. So this is a standard size traveler's notebook, and the sizes that I'm going to be printing for planning is going to be A6 standard and A5. So this basically, you just again wrap around your elastics. You can do whatever you want. You have your pockets at the back. This I'm using as a faith journal. And then I'll put that over there. I'm just going to put them all together. And this is an A5. This is from Utterly Cruel Leather, who were based in South Africa until 2018, and they moved to Ireland. So this is my one and only traveler's notebook that's not long keys. And then inside I've got just some A5 notebooks. I've got my Creative Life Planner from Laura Derbyshire, which I love. And then it's got a pocket and it's got a pen holder. And like I said, you can do anything with it. So if you have a job where you've got sort of different areas of like to-dos that you have, like maybe different bosses, or you've got different, you know, you work for multiple people, you could actually have a traveler's notebook where you've got one book in for the one person and the one for the one person, or different projects. If you've got different projects on the go, you can have one for different projects. So the flexibility and the usability of traveler's notebooks is actually very high, and the customizability is very, very high. So you can see the different sizes there. And those are the general sizes. You do get your B sizes, then B6 and B5 and so on. But in South Africa, we generally have A5, standard, and A6. So that is our traveler's notebooks. Then we're getting on to my favorite, happy planners, which is the disc bound system. So the disc bound system, I'm going to show you my little mini. I've got all three sizes here. So the disc bound system is starting to take traction in South Africa. The Happy Planner is starting to get very popular in South Africa. It is huge overseas. It is really massive. And for me, this is the system for me because it is unbelievably customizable. I actually have got my Happy Planner punch. Let me just grab it over here. So I actually got myself a Happy Planner punch. And what happens is, and let me just grab some loose discs for you. So what happens is that you have these, it looks like a spiral, but they're actually loose discs and they grip on, I don't know if you can see that, with like a little mushroom stamp. And they grip on, they have sort of like a ridge around the outside of the disc, and then everything grips on there, so you can change whatever you want. You can move things around, and the discs are come in different sizes, but the nice thing is that you can use the discs on any size of the planners. There's three sizes. I just want to grab 3 discs here. So you've got, let me just move this over. So this is your mini. And the best place to get your happy planners in South Africa is Plan It Over Coffee. Michaela is fantastic. Her service is fantastic. If you live in Gauteng or if you live in Joburg, if you place your order like early in the morning or the night before, you get it the next day. That's not a guarantee. It just happens like that because the courier guy is so good. So we have our classic disc over here. Then we have our expander disc, and then we have the mini disc over here. But the way that it's designed is that the spacing between the punches, you can use a expander disc on a mini planner, and you can use a mini disc on a classic or a big planner. So let me quickly put those over there. I'm just going to stick that to the side. So I'm going to show you my classic. So here's my classic planner. This is my actual planner that I use every day. I've changed it back from the Transformer planner. The reason, and I loved using my Transformer planner, and that's the one where I had all the covers, and then I could change the look and feel of it, and it was a very, very popular video. But the reason that I've changed it back to this is because I've ordered another cover from Long Key, and I'm getting a beautiful leather cover for my happy planner. So it's going to look like a Filofax cover, but what will happen is that it won't have rings. It will just have a pocket, a nice deep pocket at the back that I slip the back pocket in, and that goes in and it'll close up, because my planner does get a bit beat up. So this is my happy planner. I'm not going to go too much into this. I've done loads of videos on this, and if you want to have a full flip through of this, please let me know, and I'll be happy to do it, because I live in my happy planner. And then I wanted to just show you the other size. This is the big happy planner, and I just want to check you can get in. It barely fits in frame. This is an 8.5 by 11, because it's American, you know, obviously it's in inches. And so this is using expanded discs, and this I'm using as storage. So these are all, I don't use these things, I just have them, and I use them as storage discs. These discs are fantastic for storing, because you get so much on them, as you can see. So just showing you, but a lot of people who work, like if you have a family, for example, or running your home life, even if you don't have kids or anything, you have your job, and then most of us have a sideline business. Sometimes the big happy planner actually works better for that, because you have more space. I have the, where is it now? I have the vertical here. It might be my other one. This is a memory keeping one. Sorry, let me just grab my other one quickly, which has got all the paper in. Yeah, so you see, so it's got the vertical in here, but it's bigger spaces, so you've got more spaces. So if you look at the classic, you can see the size difference. So depending on how much work you've got to do, how many things you've got to, you know, how many balls you've got to keep in the air, is how big your plan is going to be. It's going to be the same with the 6-ring binder. Are you going to go for an A5? You're going to go for a personal size. It's the same as when you go to P&A or CNA or any other stationery store and you buy just a stock standard A5 or an A4. It depends on the work that you got to do, you know, so how much work and how many things you need to keep track of. So let me just do this. Oh, sorry, these discs are new. What I normally do with my discs when I get them, especially the plastic discs, is I actually rub them with baby oil on a little cotton pad, and all it does is it smooths it. But I didn't do that because I was busy sorting, and I got these discs were gifted to me by Mareka from More Core Planning. And then we get to More Core Planning. So now you'll notice that I haven't shown you my More Core planning, my A4 that she gifted me, and there's a reason for that. We have decided, or she has decided, the A4 was too big for me personally. And I was quite honest with her, you know, if I get sent things for review, I'm very honest about whether I can use it or things like that. And so she'd had quite a few requests, and in the next week or so we will be releasing an undated A4 and an undated B5, which is this size, and an undated A5. Which I will have to show on the channel, and we'll be doing this channel's very first giveaway. So 3 subscribers will be able to win one each of those planners. What she's doing for me and a couple of other people, because it has been requested, is when I get mine, I'm getting mine unpunched and not putting it on the coil, so that I can punch it in and use it in my happy planner. So that is why, one of the reasons why I took all the other bits and pieces out, and because I'm using the cover from Lonky that's coming, and then it will go over here under schedule. and I'll take these out, the Happy Planner inserts that I've got, I'll take those out, and I'll be using the more core, because to be honest, the more core I absolutely love, because it is daily, weekly, monthly. The paper is to die for. It is so nice and thick. You can write with it with pretty much any pen, and it doesn't bleed or ghost. And then, of course, having it on the disc system, I'll be able to move things around and customize and so on. The general Morcor will be coming on a coil, so that is not a spiral. The coil, it's like a soft plastic coil. I don't have one to show you. It is stunning. It is really, really stunning, and I think you're going to enjoy it very, very much. So keep an eye out for that. So basically that's it. That's what I have for you guys. I have all these different types of planners. I want to say something that and I'm going by what my sister basically said to me, that when she started watching my channel a year ago, and she did it out of loyalty, because, she's family and things like that. This is not her thing, but she got sort of, you get hooked on it. It is pretty. I mean, let's face it, they're really, really pretty. And it was that whole case of where to start and where do you start and so on and so forth. But it still can be very overwhelming finding a system that works for you. So, for example, I have a lot of appointments and a lot of to-dos, plus social media, and then the business and so on, So the way that mine is set up, it's taken me a long time to get there. My sister Jude, she has more to-dos and everything, and her day never looks the same. And so we're working out a system for that. If you need help, I am so happy to help you. I actually will leave my number in the description as well. And I'm happy to WhatsApp video, give advice. If you've got questions of any of all of these different types of planners, and I've just dropped my bullet journal on the floor and I'm not going to get it. And all these different planners and different types of planners and what would work best for you. Remembering, of course, the whole myth about planner piece. It does not exist. People, it doesn't exist. Okay, you will always be changing things because your life is always changing. But if you want help, if you want advice and everything like that, I am so, so happy to talk planner with people. So I'm going to leave my number in the description, which I know is not normally done, but I don't do things that people normally do anyway. And I'd love to hear from you. I really, really would. I would love to help anywhere I can. Get to know you all. You watch my videos, and I'm still amazed by that because, I don't think they're that great. And, I'm like, oh, I need to learn to edit, and I still need to do this, and I still need to do that. And people keep watching, and I'm so grateful to every single one of you. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and I hope you have a lovely day. Have a good one. Bye, everyone.